the seat installed all together, I'm going to show you how to install the sliders to the bottom of the seat. The sliders come with the seat, so you do not need to purchase sliders as well as the seats. Everything comes together. So to install the sliders, I'm going to recline the seat all the way back, which will make it a lot easier when you flip the seat over. Make it a lot easier. Now that we have the 1000 series seat assembled, I'm going to show you how to install the sliders that come with the seat. Sliders that come with the 1000 series are single locking sliders. We do have dual locking sliders available for purchase if you would like to go that route. So let's get started putting these together. Easiest way to do it, recline the seat all the way back, flip the seat over. Just gives you a little flatter surface to install. Now the side, this is the left hand side. We have the driver's side seat right here. So I'm going to show you how to do the left hand side sliders. The side with the handle is going to go to the inside of the seat on the side of the seat that has the reclining mechanism. So okay, there's all these little spacers that come with the sliders. Those are going to go in between the slider and the rail and the seat. So they'll go essentially right there, and then the slider is going to go on top of that. To access the side, you're going to have to slide this back so you can access the screw hole. You'll have to get it through here. For this, you can get your 6mm socket to help you get in there. Pause it. Now. Okay, don't snug it up all the way so you can get to the back one once you get them both on there. I already have the spacer back here. Put that in there, and then the screw will go from the top. Okay, so now that you have them tight, make sure your rail is centered, and then go ahead and tighten everything down. Alright, that's the back. Go ahead and do the back of the front. Okay, so that's one side. Let's go ahead and do the other side. Again, the small side of the rail is going to go towards the seat. Again, using the spacers under the rail. Sometimes it takes a minute to actually find the hole. There we go. Just snug it up just a little bit so you can still get the back one on there. Okay, same thing with the back. Install your spacer between the rail and the seat frame. Make sure your rail is centered. Alright, we look good. And then go ahead and torque it down. Make sure you get both of them. Okay, and that's your seat rails mounted to the bottom of the seat. Okay, so now that we have the rails installed on the seats, everything is fully functional as the seats come. Now, to mount the seats into the car, although the seats are universal, they require vehicle-specific brackets for each vehicle make and model, also year. We'll be using planted brackets today. So brackets are sold separately from the seats. Every vehicle will need them. Like I said, they're all vehicle specific. So you be sure to specify what vehicle you have and be sure to purchase the appropriate brackets. Now the brackets I'm using today are from Planted Technology. The hardware for these is sold separately. You're going to, for each bracket and each seat, you're going to need 4 M8 1.25 thread pitch by 20 millimeter long bolts, as well as washers and nuts. Preferably nylock nuts, so this way everything's secure, doesn't go anywhere. To install this, you're going to need a 6 millimeter Allen key and a 13 millimeter ratchet with a socket. Okay, so let's get started. So since we're working upside down, I'm just going to flip the bracket over. As you see, the brackets come with all 4 of the legs, which will mount to your factory vehicle locations. And then also comes with a provision for the factory seatbelt latch if you are still using your factory seatbelts. Just be sure to transfer that over from your stock seat onto the bracket. Alright, so let's go. Start by sliding these all the way back. This way you can access the underside to get the bolts through. Go ahead and line up the holes with the appropriate pattern on the bracket. You'll go ahead and stick a bolt through from the underside. Put it into the appropriate slot pattern. Put a washer, and then go ahead and put your nylock nut. For now, you can just go finger tight until you get both sides on. Go ahead and do the other side real quick. Put through the hole into the appropriate pattern. Put a washer and your nylock nut. Alright. When you're doing this, you're going to want to make sure everything is all the way back and just try and center the bracket as best as possible. Get your Allen key from the back side, and then you can get your 13 millimeter ratchet and go ahead and tighten that down. And don't get it too tight yet, because like I said, you have to make sure everything is centered as best as possible. So pull it all the way back so you can get the other side as well. Okay, now you can still leave it kind of loose to make sure you can line up your front brackets. Okay, now that we have the back ones semi-snugged up, just to keep everything in position, go ahead and put through the front ones. Alright, that's one side. other side, just get it on there. Okay, now that you have them on there, go ahead and hold the bottom side with your Allen key. Now as you tighten it, be sure that the bracket stays square with the rails, with the sliders. If you don't keep them square, the seat's going to slide back and forth crooked, and it's not really what you want. You want to stay as straight as possible. Just snug it up for now, just to make sure everything stays square, and then you can go back and torque everything down later. Okay, so now we have it, everything semi-snug. Just go back, check, make sure all your lines are fairly square with the bracket. Everything looks pretty good here, so I'm going to just go ahead and torque everything down. Okay, go ahead and slide it back so you can re-torque the rears. And one more. Okay, and that's how you install the brackets to the seat. Now this is 100% fully bolt-on, straight install into the car. These 4 points will mount to your factory locations once you remove the factory seat.